Hi everybody, it's me, Corrie T, and in this video I want to answer a question that was asked and requested on my Instagram channel, and if you're not following that already, I'll leave the link below, which was how to stay positive when you see no movement at all, when nothing's happened, when you've been doing all of this work, all of this healing, all of this growing, all of this self-concept stuff, and nothing is being reflected back at all. Because it can make you feel like, okay, what am I doing? What is this? And is this real? Is everybody crazy? Should I really even believe in manifesting? Because that's what it feels like. It makes you feel really, really hopeless and bleak and sad. And I know the one. Because I remember it very well, particularly when I was manifesting my specific person, but also when I was manifesting other things, like money. That's a stressful one when you're manifesting money and nothing's happening and you're like, oh my God, when is this going to change? Or you're manifesting a job and nothing happens and you're thinking, okay, what am I doing wrong? The first thing I want to say about that, as you might know by now, if you've been watching my channel long enough, is that you're not doing anything wrong. You are not doing anything wrong. So before I get into this video, I would like to remind you that this time next week, so a week today, Sunday the 17th, is the Specific Person Revolution, and I would love you to join. It's going to be exciting, it's going to be really, really interesting, it's going to give you lots of clarity, and if in particular you are manifesting a specific person, this is for you, because it's going to clarify a lot of things, a lot of the messaging that's in this community, and it'll make you feel calmer about the whole thing and the way that you're doing it. And it'll help you find your personal way that feels right to you, because your way is the best way. And my job is to show you what your way is, okay? So if you would like to join, I would love to see you there. The link is just below. And now I'm gonna get on with this video. Right, so how to stay positive when you've seen absolutely no movement at all. The first thing that I wanna say about that is I'm going to call you out on the focus on the outcome, because that question in itself says to me that there is still quite a strong attachment to the outcome. Okay, so the first thing to do is come back to self and also ask yourself, what am I making this mean? This feeling of nothing happening, this feeling of no movement, what am I making that mean? Because that meaning that you're giving this is making you feel really sad. And it might be that the meaning that you're giving this is, I don't know if I'm good enough as a manifester. I don't know if I'm powerful enough. I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I'm enough. That's what it comes down to. It always comes back to that. So the first thing that I want to ask you to do is to sit with this feeling, notice how it feels in your body, and give yourself some love and compassion for the fact that you're feeling this uncomfortable feeling. It's okay to feel uncomfortable feelings. This feeling will pass. And what we're often doing by looking at the situation and looking at the environment, looking for movement, is we're looking for relief from that feeling. We're looking at that person and we're thinking, when there's movement, I'll feel relief. When there is movement, I will feel better. And that is what I'm saying about the attachment to the outcome. That is what I'm saying about that kind of codependency with looking at this person, if we're talking about manifesting a specific person, thinking that they are the answer, they are the remedy, they are the cure to this feeling of discomfort in our body that we don't like to sit with. But if you sit with it and you notice that feeling of, oh, I feel small, it feels tense, I feel uncomfortable, I feel sad, I feel heaviness, and it feels like you're looking at this situation and it really does feel like, I can't do this, I'm not good enough, and I'm not going to get what I want, and all of those heavy emotions. And what you need to do is sit with it and say, I am good enough no matter what. I am good enough no matter whether there's movement or not. I am good enough whether this person sees me or not. And we need to soothe and comfort that feeling of, I'm not enough. I just don't know what to do to be enough. I don't know what else I can do, because often we're just thinking, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? And really what that is our inner child wanting to be good enough. Our inner child wanting to be seen and thinking and feeling, what can I do to be seen? What can I do to be held? What can I do to prove that I'm enough? So it would be really good as well to sit with that feeling and ask yourself, when did I feel this before? When was a time when I was younger where I felt like I had to prove myself? When was a time when I was younger where I really felt like I had to do something in order to be seen? When was a time when I was younger when I really had to do something to be loved, to be held, to be celebrated? There may be a memory in there that is making this situation feel really intense, and it's here to help you heal that. It's here to help you grow. It's here to help you realize that there is nothing outside of you that can make you good enough or not good enough, right? You are good enough now. And the focus on the movement is creating that problem of looking for external validation. And it's one of the things that you see so much in this community, where people are celebrating, oh my God, I got movement. And it really perpetuates this problem of the way that we look outside for proof that we're enough. It really perpetuates the problem of looking for external validation, when really what we need to be doing is working from the inside out. Someone wrote a comment on one of my videos that said, we are the specific person. And it's true. You are the SP. You are the special person. You are the one making movements every day. You are moving, you are growing, you are evolving every day. And the movements and the changes that you're making and the work that you're doing is movement. And even if you can't see it now, even if you haven't seen a reflection yet, you will see the world change around you. At some point, you will look back at this time and you'll go, whoa, yeah, life was different then, life was hard then, because that's what happened to me many times at many points, because we're growing, we're evolving, we're changing and maturing all the time. And as we do that, we see that reflected in our reality through many different relationships, not just with one person. But remember, you are the special person. They might be specific to you, but you are incredibly special. And often what happens when we're looking at another person and we're looking at that connection with so much focus and determination is that we're considering that more special than we are considering ourselves. So make it a real priority for you to consider all of the things, all of the changes, all of the things that you're doing that are movement, and know that those things that you're doing will be rewarded. Of course they will. And I also believe that there's some comfort that you can find on a spiritual level by things like saying, yeah, well, maybe there's nothing happening right now for my highest good. Maybe nothing is happening right now because if it happened right now, it would somehow hurt me more. It wouldn't be the right time. The world, the universe, God, higher power, whatever you want to call it, is working in my favor so that this happens for my highest good, for the other person's highest good, for everyone's highest good, so that you can be protected. I know that whenever I was manifesting my specific person, I used to think actually, you know what, maybe if he came back now, he wouldn't be ready and it would cause more pain. Maybe if he came back now, I wouldn't be ready and I wouldn't be able to handle it. Maybe that's the truth. Maybe there is some comfort that you can find in thinking about it that way, about how everything is working in your favor. Everything is unfolding the way that you want it to, and things are happening that you don't know about that are bringing you to whatever it is that you want. But I think the main point, my main answer to this question is to come back to self and to question that focus on the movement. Question that dependency on the movement and ask yourself how much you're doing, how much you're investing in trying to get movement, because it's those things that create that sense of desperation and sadness and loss of hope, because we're doing so much in order to get something, which ultimately is creating more of a problem of that need for external validation. And we're looking at it and we're thinking, why is nothing happening? But what you've got to do is come back come back to that connection of self. Remember who you are. Remember that you're incredibly special, that you're amazing, and you don't need any movement to prove that. You don't need anyone to prove that. In fact, nothing can prove that. Even if it happened, it can't prove to you that feeling that you're trying to cultivate from within of I'm good enough. And even if the person that you're manifesting came back today and you hadn't resolved this within yourself, that high, that adrenaline high, that happiness that, oh my God, I did it. It would last a certain amount of time before you started looking at the situation and questioning it and looking for that external validation in another way, and then you're dissatisfied, and then you're still in a state of confusion and wanting and trying to make things happen and trying to make things right. But you're good enough now. You're good enough now, and you don't need anyone to prove it to you. So so take the focus off the movement and trust life. Like, this is a matter of like trusting life. You have to trust life. You have to trust yourself. I know that when you really want something or someone, it can feel really unsatisfactory to think, okay, well, I've got to focus on myself, because you're like, well, I've done enough focusing on myself. I've been focusing on myself for ages. But there is still that work to do if you are focused on the movement and you are feeling down about it and you are feeling hopeless and you are questioning your power. If that's where you're at, that tells me that there is work to do on that dependency. There's work to do on that focus on the outcome. And that means coming back to yourself and saying, hey, I'm good enough no matter what. I know that things are going to work out for me in perfect timing. I know that everything's unfolding exactly as it should. I know the universe is protecting me. I know that things are going to be amazing, better than I can imagine. And I don't need that right now. I don't need movement right now to prove to me that I'm good enough, because I know. Right? And when you get that deep sense of, I don't actually need the proof. That's when your confidence just blooms. It blooms. And then you evolve even more. And then the world changes again. And you'll see things happen. But every day you are moving. Okay? Every day there is movement. Some of it you might not be able to see. But just trust the process. Okay? So I hope that gives you some comfort. And let me know what you think in the comments below. If you would like to have more content, different variations of content, you can follow me on Instagram. And if you would like to come to the Specific Person Revolution, if you'd like to join the revolution, then come to my Specific Person Revolution event. If you would like some one-to-one coaching, you can find all the information in the link below, which goes to my website, where there's lots of different options for everybody. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.